God want to make heaven and the earth is that heaven where we enjoy life, beauty and peace. With this thought, I want to start my lesson, Geography Chapter 2, Inside Our Earth. Before we start our lesson, just recall our memory and we see that last year we studied about Earth, right? We studied about rotation and revolution of the Earth. We studied about atmosphere in the Earth. We also studied the layers of the Earth. But this year in 7th standard, we are going to study inside our Earth. So we have gradually we will study one diagram, right? This is Earth. Where you find Earth is totally deeply divided. There are layers in the Earth, right? First layer is called crust. Second layer it is called mantle. Third layer is core, where you find outer core and inner core. Even the earth crust have upper layer and lower layer. We will study further. But first you understand this first layer of the earth is nothing but crust. And where you find in between crust and core, that is a mantle. This is a mantle part. I have no color, so I would have not drawn. But you can see the red sketch pen. You can find this is crust. Where you black core and middle is mantle. So these are the three layers of the earth, like onion. Like an onion is also can make a layer in the earth, right? The best example. Then we'll come to the next point, that is we'll learn first crust. What is crust? When you see this is the first one is crust. When I am talking about crust, there is upper layer and lower layer. Whatever you find on the land, that is nothing but earth crust, on which we are surviving. It is earth crust. That is, first is continental crust, and second is oceanic crust. What is continental crust? Upper layer. The upper layer is called continental, whereas lower layer is called oceanic crust. This both crust, right? So you can find whatever the outer is nothing but the lithosphere we studied, and naturally it is a biosphere. We can see, we can compare the layers of the earth, how we studied last year. We will connect, now we will connect each and every layer in this core of the earth. So, can you see this? This is a crust, where you find continental and crust. Now, yes, simple example, I had drawn the figure here. You can see, this is like mountain, you can see upper layer, where you find the lower layer here, like ocean. Under the ocean there is land. I talked to you last time also, that is nothing but lower layer. After the down you can find the lower layer, and here you find upper layer. The density of the upper layer is 2.7, whereas density of this is 3. Though it is density is more, you can find more hot and this upper layer because of the sun rays. Then again we can find here this upper layer, we get minerals. We get a minerals from upper layer, that's silica and aluminium. Silica plus aluminium, it is called SiAl. SiAl. SiAl, SiAl. So silica, silicon and aluminium, this mineral we can get mines. This minerals we can get from upper layer. Whereas lower layer we get silica and manganese. Silica and manganese, that is called SiMa. Silica and manganese. Just repeat once again, just I show you this diagram. The diagram, this is nothing but upper layer and lower layer. Where you find upper layer is a continental, whereas the lower layer is oceanic. And you also find there are the minerals, silicon and aluminium. Silicon and aluminium, that is SiAl, where you find in that silica and manganese, it is called a SiMa. And this density of 2.7, where density is 3.0 density. Here you will find this upper layer. The thickness of the earth is more on the continent, where you not find in the ocean, right? In the oceanic crust is not that much thicker than the continental. And you can find the depth of the crust, even 8 km to 40 km is the depth of the crust. This is very important, what we have studied last year, everything. So this is upper layer is nothing but lithosphere, you should understand, and there is a 2-3 points you should remember, that is the crust, whereas crust have 2 layers, oceanic and continental, and even the minerals you will find in the crust. Now next point we will discuss about mantle. Mantle means this one. Mantle. Here I am discussing your mantle because here, yes. The mantle is 2900 kilometer thick and is magma. You will find, and you also find, and 2000 temperature is 2000 to 6000 Fahrenheit, and it is also called as mesosphere. What? Now we will discuss about the core. Again, the core is having outer core and inner core. Just we will discuss this thing. The outer core and inner core. Outer core having a molten, whereas inner core having crystal and solid. And 3000 to 5000, 3500 that Fahrenheit, that is the temperature you can find here, and 3500 is the radius in the core you can find. Where you may be thinking that why the inner core is crystal and solid, where the outer core is molten, though it is inside in the under the surface of the you can find the layer of the earth. Why it is? So because it is here you find the extremely this is basically a high temperature and high pressure you can get in the inner core. That is why it is crystalline and solid, whereas inner core is that. And that magnesium. Magnesium is also very useful for our survival of the earth, whereas inner core having nickel and iron. That is again, these are the minerals we can see in here, nickel and iron, where also we find the iron in inner core. Actually, right, nickel and iron, whereas you find inner core, you find the iron. The core is so deep and it is possible to reach. Actually, it can be possible to reach the deepest mine that ever been dug 2.5 million miles till now, went into deep, and so it is very difficult to go and deep into the inner core and find out, right? So it is so deep, forget it to reach to the inner and outer core. It is very difficult, but some of the scientists were trying to go to find out all these things. So all the scientists trying their various new their possibilities and even the new methodologies to, but nowadays they dug into till now they dug 2.5 miles deep. So you may be thinking, how can you come to know about, if this much is only 2.5 miles, but how you know about all the interior of the earth, though you had dug up to 2.5 miles. So you may be thinking like that, how it come to know about the interior of the earth. It is layers and composition. How I come to know about layer and its composition. So basically the development of the, because of the seismography. Because of seismography development happened. By the seismography we can get enabled to get a gathering of the interior of the earth. We can get the interior of the earth by the seismography. We can get a recording. We can get a measuring. Even the seismograph waves by the we can get from the earthquake. By that we can understand there are the layers in the earth's surface. Now first scientist who used the waves and gathered the information, his name was Andrew Mohavisi. He also discovered the discontinuity that you are going to study in further classes, but this is up to here. You should know the three layers of the earth. This is core, mantle, even crust. All three you should know up to this class. Okay, rest will discuss further point in further period.